Emceemur once again back with another fantastic day one launch. Sega Genesis Classics. Got my main man here, Triple J, J-Town James Jonan. We're ready to play some of this, but before we get into this, first of all, it's important to note that we're in a dadgum 90s kids room, and that's just wonderful.
Already won my heart over.
And the library. Hey, I'm not done looking at that. Notice he has the golden axe, the lucky stick. Yeah. Does it not want to pick Alex Kidd? It keeps going off of that when I try to pick Alex Kidd. Oh no, Alex Kidd is out. I thought because that other one was lit up. Yeah. Alien Soldier, Alien Stormmelter, Beast Beyond Oasis. Biohazard Battle was actually really good. Crackdown. Yeah, dude. They need to know where that came from. Might as well play that because we're never going to get one on Xbox One.
Can't have a Sega collection without a Golden Axe trilogy. You just can't. And Gunstar Heroes. Toe Jam and Earl was missing from the last one, so it's good to see that's on here.
Yeah.
I didn't do much of that, but there's a fan base, that's for sure. So it's good to have it on there.
Well, I think we know what we're doing because I need to see you do it. It's been too long since I've laid eyes.
We were just talking about it the other day, and
Chameleon.
I am a virgin to Kid Chameleon.
There was a new machine in this. He gets trapped in an arcade. It's just fantastic. Have you played Kid Chameleon? The reason I'm picking this one tonight, and if you're just joining us, I'm so glad that you are, because we're going to look at these Sega Genesis Classics. But I've heard hating on Kid Chameleon recently, and it's like, I mean, you're entitled to your opinion, but some of their complaints were not very well founded, and they would honestly be doing themselves a disservice if they didn't go back and look at it again.
Look at this guy.
I mean, yeah.
Loving it already.
The dude, yeah. So any helmet he gets, he turns into what he gets, you know.
Got like a Kirby thing going on.
Kind of, yeah, kind of. About $1,000 worth of Genesis games on that shelf, yeah, at least. The Blue Lake Woods.
Guess it would have helped to figure out what the button scheme was before.
So I'm sure X is gonna jump, and when he gets on a ledge, you can double tap, and he'll hike and kind of climb up there, like if he doesn't get up all the way.
We'll figure this out.
I think it's waiting for you.
Okay.
I don't know why it does that, but and you can jump on their heads. Like this is Mario style in most cases. So.
Whoa.
Now you'll notice you've got a power meter up there. You got 2 balls.
No.
Most people do, but you'll get more balls when you get one of the masks, depending on how powerful that particular one is. Got more time added to your time limit.
There's a time limit. I'm wasting.
Hey, feel free to explore. And like I said,
got the little run there. Is there an attack of some sort other than the jump that I'm missing?
Once you get different masks, if you get the samurai mask, you got a sword, and you're about to get the knight mask. So when you run fast, he'll headbutt. You won't even have to do anything. You can break through certain types of bricks with that, and that'll give you access to certain areas. In a lot of instances, it's about having the right mask in the right area. It's not like one mask per level. Some of them have multiple ones. And, you know, if you get hurt down enough, you notice he's got 5. He's a tank. You get hurt down enough, you'll go back to the kid again.
I was like, oh, I'm not going to make that jump. Oh, there's a trampoline down there, so it's okay.
I can't help but think Jason Vectrix must be Jason Rotberg. I hope I'm right, but I'm pretty sure that's you. You do have a Vectrix. CM Retro Gaming is here. Shadow the Oblivious is here. Welcome, guys.
Wasting my time on this, but I cannot get these locks. Oh, well, maybe I can't.
Yeah, if you keep bouncing, he'll get higher and higher each time.
Give me that time. Alright, I'm just gonna give up on this one.
We used to rent this game all the time. 99 cents at the daggone Ingles, buddy. We'd go get it and just wail on it. And to this day, I've never beat this game.
Ooh.
That's the bad thing about the knight. When he lands up there, he's so heavy, he breaks the bricks.
Well, I guess that's a lost cause up that way then.
I think I figured a way to get him at some point, but I don't know. I'd be damned if I could tell you how. So it's like he's playing Nick Arcade. It's like he's not really... Yeet! This game. Oh, man, I love this game.
Yeah, I'm
music,
digging it so far.
I mean, the platforming, it's so great. Samurai Mask. Now, the Samurai's not as durable, but now you have a sword you can whack people with, and that's, I don't know, marginally better than having to jump on them. Maybe it's a little less threatening. And when you get a mask you don't need, I believe it powers you back up again. I mean, it's probably been 15 years at least since I've taken a whack at this. Don't get the boogers on you. Okay, so that is you first. Good to know. Cut his eyeball off. The boogers are growing in. Oh, you're a kid again. Oh, bummer.
Something on his head. Oh, yeah, okay.
That's what's up.
We're still in this.
Oh, yeah. It's not over by a long shot. And dude can get up there, you know. If you run, and it's...
on his Nikes.
I believe one of those is another samurai helmet up in there. Oh, Jesus!
I'm botching it. Okay, I'm just running.
That's cool. I mean,
oh,
bummer. And it's an option to not go down there, although I always end up down there. But there's a whole overworld too. Some of these
skip it, just see what's there.
Some of these levels are kind of multi-path in that sense, to where there's not just one way to get through. Yeah, in a way. You got to.
You gotta have the.
You gotta have the rhino to bust through there. Sure is hot in these rhinos. Now, as this is the double-header stream, I wish we had more time to play than we do, but we still want to take a look at this day one.
Oh, I can jump on it.
Look at the games that were on it. And you know, I didn't get around to having a Murdercast on this event either, but it looked to me as if the Master System games that were on the Sega collection on the 360 and the PS3 were omitted. And I'm not complaining about that necessarily, because to be fair, this is not a Master System collection, it's a Genesis collection. But I will say that that was nice, and if the first Phantasy Star is not on here, I'm
it's disappointing.
Disappointed.
2, 3, and 4.
And Golden Axe Warrior, I mean, you can't buy that.
Any of them are unlockables though. Remember the Genesis collection on 360 had a ton of unlockables.
And I don't remember if those were listed as, because it told you could play them if you achieved a certain thing. I don't think it was a secret that those were there necessarily. Whereas on the advertisements for this, they don't say anything to the effect of having that.
Figure out what the unlockables were.
Yeah. But, you know, if there are, God forbid, that's just more fun to have. And, you know, who's complaining? We have a Genesis collection on PS4, Xbox One. Life is good. Why it's not on the Switch. Listen to that thing turn on. You hear that? The Xbox One has got to be about the stupidest system in existence. Who needs it to do that? What a piece of horse boot. I mean, granted, mine makes really cool sounds because it's the Advanced Warfare one.
What is...
Oh, you stand on that. It's a teleporter. Just wait a minute and you'll go.
Ah, okay, there we go.
And there's some levels of multiple of those, and you got to really find your way around. So you can imagine renting this in the 90s for 99 cents. And what you would think, you know, it was just like, oh my god, this is great.
Oh, I got the screwed duck. And then I lose it.
Speaking of that, too, Quackshot was another one.
Oh,
Speaking of ducks that I used to rent all the time. Who would rent a Disney game? I mean, but back then, those were good games.
Some good games.
Quackshot was amazing.
Back then.
Still is. It still holds up. I played it recently.
Quackshot's good.
I don't actually have a physical copy of Quackshot in the collection. That bothers me a little bit, but I always forget about the EverDrives. And I'm like, God, I would love to play Quackshot. I was like, idiot, you can play it right now. Go. I was like, oh my God, I have it. Let's play it. Fell in love all over again. Donald Duck.
Okay, I guess I'm just gonna have to jump over this. Oh, yeah, I forgot how high I can jump.
Dudes can jump, and you know, some of them jump higher than others. Like the Knight doesn't jump very high, but Samurai does. And there's a whole horde of other masks that you get in this game, so. Yeah, Jason is doing a Vectrex library, which that's a very rare animal indeed, but a super neat one. We are joined by the Woodbury and Retro Game Hunter. Welcome, Wood, to our double header Tuesday night live stream looking at Sega Genesis Classics. If you missed the last stream that we just did, we were looking at Fallen Legion from NIS America on the Nintendo Switch. They actually joined us for Q&A in the session. It went fantastic. Also, what a fantastic game. Yeah. So definitely check out the recap of that if you missed it. And you are now a rhinoceros with a football helmet, so you just run right into that. Yeah, the knight is not actually... I was thinking that he did that. I don't know why. It's the rhino dude. The knight just breaks stuff because he's heavy. Again, it's been well over a decade since I've had the pleasure here. And I don't believe he can attack by running into people, but he can break things, and you're going to need to do that. Okay, now here's the knight's power, too. You start hitting the jump button, I think, against her, and while you're holding against the wall, and he'll start climbing. Or maybe it's another button. One of the buttons, you'll start mashing it, and he'll climb.
Ah, there we go.
There we go. Whatever you just did.
What did I just do?
It's like I can't tell you, but I could probably do it just because I'm programmed.
Come on, guys. Oh, God.
You're going to want to just continue just spamming the hell out of it, but I think you got to be holding up against the wall for it to work.
I'm just trying to think my Mega Man history is getting in the way.
Let me see if I can remember which one it is.
Let's see if we can figure that out.
It's circle. So circle, he just starts going. But you don't want to hit the spikes up there. You're going to want to fall off just in time. There we go. Purpose for that being to bust through and give you a safe passageway. Oh, is this? We are joined by SNEStalgia. Welcome, SNES. Great to have you in this doubleheader Tuesday night live stream. We're playing Sega Genesis Classics released today on the PS4 and the Xbox system that they made that turns on when you say the name of it. Because of the shitty Connect. The Erect. What a pile of horse dookie that was. And the only really good thing you could use it for was to stream on Twitch. You know?
Yeah.
And it didn't even do that right because it didn't get along with the Twitch app. You know? They didn't work together. And in order to make them do that, they dumped the snap feature. You can't come off of that and still see your cam and all that. You just have to go to the game screen, and you know, you don't even know if there's a booger hanging out of your nose, whatever. You can't see yourself anymore. There's no way to maintain it. You just have to hope everything's cool. So absolutely terrible. I equate it to like dumping the rations out of your boat so that you can row faster. Yeah. You still need your rations though. You know, it's like this is the best y'all could do. And anybody out there, a lot of you watching actually do your own streams, and a lot of you have streamed on PS4 via the camera. Nothing to that, but God almighty, on Xbox, it has been a time. And what's funny is it worked. You know, dumping that feature, it does work now. But who cares?
But now the Kinect isn't supported anymore, so it doesn't matter.
It's what a jeez. And how hard were they shoving it down everybody's throat originally? You know, there's so many bundles with Kinect stuff.
To buy
it. It's like, no, you're getting one of these. We made it. Now you have to get it. I didn't, but I ended up buying one, didn't I? But you know. Oh yeah, those things. Oh God, yeah, those things. Oh, those things. Get off of me. Get off of me. Get off of me. Get off. I think you just jump a few times and he'll let go. And then it kills him too, which is nice.
Oh, bummer. The kid.
Too busy being a rhinoceros. I don't know anything about being a kid.
Gotta be something else in here. There we go. I think I dig the samurai the most.
We are joined by your player too, Josh. Welcome to the live stream, sir. Great to have you here on this doubleheader Tuesday night live stream. I am here with my co-host, Triple J, J-Town, James Jonan, one of our resident RPG experts. Had him here tonight for a little help with the Fallen Legion stream. That was a game that, as I accurately predicted, was right up both of our alleys. We had a great time playing that. Really enjoyed having NIS America in the chat there.
Oh.
Oh.
No.
I love how he screamed.
Oh no.
But yeah, plenty of games came out today. Harvest Moon was actually today as well.
Was it?
But because I ordered the collector's edition, you know, it has to ship.
Yeah. Oh, you can't jump on that diamond, apparently.
But this would have been a triple header tonight, so
yeah.
I'm actually grateful for it. We absolutely cannot do any more than we're doing tonight.
You can't half-ass a Harvest Moon game.
Yeah.
Hell, even this.
YP2 says
play this for hours.
He's just chilling out a bit, but watching everyone flip out about Pokemon. Did something happen while we were in Fallen Legion world about Pokemon today?
Possibly.
We are joined by Sailor D Life. Not a surprise that you are here, as you are a big Sega fan, and welcome to you. And Mr. Tight White, welcome TW to our Tuesday night live stream. The captain is back. Captain Retro says, Pokemon, no! These people are turning my attention to Pokemon when I should be looking at Sega here, but I gotta say, I'm intrigued. Yeah, Captain says the Pokemon Direct just went down. I am afraid to ask.
Yeah, I knew it was going to happen soon. I didn't realize it was tonight. Pokemon's just not my... I love the idea. I never finish a game.
Well, you know, I finished X and I thought that it was
a
triumph. It really was, because it was a step into this new level of quality for those games. But then playing the remake of Alpha Sapphire, it didn't hold up.
You almost have to say that, though, for these games. They just really don't. They're not on the same quality par as... I don't know. I could get a lot of shit for saying that, but...
Yeah, I'm done. I'm done defending it. There's no depth, and the
terrible this game.
you go from town to town. Everyone says something that's absolutely irrelevant unless they give you something. It couldn't be more linear.
They will tell you about how much they love Pokemon.
That's will,
for goddamn sure.
But it couldn't be any more linear for an RPG. Yeah, you have no choice but to go here, and done. And it's just like
even the clones, like Yokai Watch, was open world to an extent. Like, why don't we just do that?
Mainly Gaming is here, who is also a resident Sega fanatic and streamer, and asks what is with the borders on the Sega Classic. That has to do with the aspect ratio and all that,
yeah,
I guess, doesn't it?
Because it won't. Yeah, you can't. I don't think it wasn't created in widescreen, so
yeah.
It would probably look really wonky if you didn't. God.
Those things are a bi-ooch, and then those things.
He's got insane mobility, but it's almost a hindrance.
Yeah. Yeah, I hate that we missed the Pokemon Direct. I didn't hear anything about it, but we had bigger fish to fry, because honestly, Fallen Legion, Pokemon...
neither one of us are huge Pokemon fans.
I mean, you know what's sad is, though,
hate it, but
we are, as far as the card game, I mean, we play the hell out of some Pokemon here. Molly, you know, she won that tournament at AFCON that year. She's a Pokemon nut. But the games just don't hold up. And the only way that I've seen that they do is some of these people stream like randomizers. I've seen people do randomizers on Emerald, some of the older ones, and that's kind of neat because that's the only way that makes it not linear at that point. But you're fixing the game for them.
There was a cool MMO for a while that was basically somebody just took one of the older ones and threw it online, turned it into an MMO. It wasn't Nintendo licensed or anything. I'm sure it got pulled down eventually. But
Slow CBC has joined us. Welcome to the live stream.
God,
I'm going to tell you. Circling back to this now, this is just fantastic. And did we need this? No. You know, arguably the better Genesis collection is on 360 and PS3 because you get those Master System titles in there. And unless you're Captain Retro or maybe Tight White, I don't know, some of you probably haven't held a copy of Golden Axe Warrior in your life.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's some games on there that had some serious intrinsic value there when you're talking about it being part of a collection. But this has some great stuff, and this has some things that it doesn't have. And again, I said I can't really complain about a lack of Master System games. That's not what this is.
Yeah, I think I'm in this for Gunstar Heroes alone.
And I think a lot of people are, so...
That's done.
Sailor D says, what game is this we're streaming? If you have not played Kid Chameleon, you better get on it. You missed out on one of the great platformers of the 90s. This game was so much stinking ass fun. It'll make you madder than a dadgum wet hen in a tornado, but dadgummit, it was fun. And again, this is one you go to the Ingles grocery store. I don't know where else they have Ingles in the world. It's a shitty grocery store though, but they did have the a teleporter. If you can get on that teleporter, that's going somewhere.
Oh, but you were kidding me.
There may be a helmet up there if you want to risk it and then go back down to the teleporter. But you'd go to the Ingles, man, and for 99 cents you could rent any of the video games from their smelly video department back when grocery stores had those. And you know, who's not going to take advantage of that? And I think Kroger did it too back then, 99 cents. He's going there, man. It's like, I mean, begging your parents for an $80 game, you know, going to rent one for Oh, okay, so we got to hit that from the bottom, or what do you do? Oh, it's going to take off. Dadgummit. 15 years, I can't remember what, but it's coming back down and it's going to kill you. What the hell? I forgot it's going to...
Oh, nice.
But you do need to go up there because 2 of the coolest masks in the game are on this bonus level. But yeah, 99 cents, man, you could just get whatever. And, you know, me and a buddy would walk up there and just get a handful of games. That was the weekend, man. You good. So you got to try not to teleport before grabbing the last one.
If I don't want to teleport, he's not going to teleport.
And you are in a scary place right now, I can tell you.
If I get a mask, I'd be alright.
Woodbarian says he loves this game. And you know what? If you have played this game, I bet you couldn't help but love it. But like I said, I've heard some people talking smack about it lately. Like, oh, this game is garbage. It's like, yeah, it's not well known.
Jason mask?
Yeah, now you're Jason.
Yeah.
And you can throw the axe.
Oh, I'm digging this.
Yeah, dude. It's like, you know, everybody's entitled to their opinion. Like the captain says, they're like assholes. Everyone's got one. But I can tell you that if you didn't like this game, you may want to try it again. Sometimes second time's a charm in these older games. If you didn't like it when you were a kid, if you double tap, I think if you double tap when you hit it, I think he'll fall his ass up. Yeah, like he'll hike his ass up there. Or maybe he won't. The kid will.
Yeah, I saw one of them do it earlier.
And you can go through that and drop. Yeah.
What?
But again, these are the splits. It's like, you know, what's up there? I can't remember. But yeah, anybody that did not play this game, you need to play it. And anybody that has played it and maybe didn't like it, maybe take another look, especially if you go out and get this great collection. We are joined by the 40-year-old gamer, which I'm about to be one of those here in a few more months, and Henry Gonzalez. Welcome, Henry. Good to see you. Hope all is good in the den with him. And yeah, Sega Genesis Collection, man. I'm so glad to have this. This is not coming out of my system tonight. I said the same thing about Fallen Legion. I don't know what the hell I'm going to do for the rest of the night. Hell, I got work to do. I don't have time to sit here and play all these games. Oh, that's an extra life. Sweet. Sweet ridiculous. You got to always jump right at the last second. Or maybe you didn't on that. I'm telling you like I remember. So many games to play. I can tell you that Fallen Legion was a real winner. Oh, bonus room, bonus room, bonus room, and then teleporter. Sweet. Couldn't have played that myself that good. You know that's good because they're going to make you teleport. Oh, bonus peas, bonus peas. Oh, this thing, yeah, the tank. And now you can shoot. And then, yes, he shoots skulls. So, there's that.
This game rocks.
You know, and some of the chief complaints I heard, people just don't like the mechanics of the game, but the mechanics are...
It feels a little floaty, but you get used to it.
Well, if you didn't like the mechanic of the mask you had, you grabbed a different one, and hopefully, you know, there are ways in some instances to stay one character instead of changing to another.
What do we do about this?
Oh, you may be effed up to B if you can't get in the... Bummer. Under skull. I'm going to tell you what, there's not that many levels past this that I was able to clear, because from here it gets so hard a cat can't scratch it. Slow, thanks for stopping by, buddy. Always glad to have you in the stream. Glad to have all of you in the stream. And for all of you watching this fantastic first look at Sega Genesis Classics with us tonight on this doubleheader version of TNL. Hope you're going to drop a like on this video. We need your likes. We need your thumbs up. We'll even take your thumbs down if that's all you want to give us, but I need your thumbs. You got 2 of them. You can spare 1. Dadgum, look at all the gems there.
The gems don't play. Is this an infinite continues thing, or am I just...
No, you actually...
I was about to say.
The onks up there are your life. You
you.
got 1 more. I don't even think you get a continue, so you may be on your way out here. But that's okay, because then we'll have time to check out at least 1 more.
There's a lot more great games on here.
Don't have a lot of time left for tonight, as this was a double header.
Oh yeah,
we're pulling double duty, but... Ooh. Oh my, fancy stepping. Oh, he's just fancy stepping if you can just clear this guy. Holy dog mess. Oh my god, a lava gusher. Dude, you're making... I'm gonna have to take a dadgum blood pressure tablet or something. Oh my god. You know, you've got this, right? I mean, platforming, Mario's trained us our whole life for this. You can't get touched or you die. I have a feeling they're about to do something so dick to you. Yeah, there it is. Now there's 2 of them. You just gotta touch the flag. Oh. Hey, yay!
2 continues.
Henry says this game looks pretty cool. Henry, it is. It is, and if you haven't played Kid Chameleon, find a way to do so at your earliest convenience. Hell, the way that you could is to go pick this up. Because for a collection this size, $29.99 is totally realistic.
It's a steal.
And if you're getting 20% off at a retailer, a leading retailer, which if you're any kind of a gamer at this point you should be, then you pick this up for around $23.
Jason. Oh.
Sometimes you have to have the one they give you, and they make you take it for a reason, but and I think you will get Jason back here. So speaking of Mega Man, you see what's going on here. You got to jump at just the right time to get on that one. Whoop. There's Jason. Woo! A fireman.
Tells me I can't jump up. Oh,
Sailor D says, really like the 90 through 99 Sega titles. Yeah. Oh, you do get continues. Yeah. 90s Sega stuff is definitely my jam. Cybernetic Slayer has joined us. Welcome, Cybernetic. Great to see you back on TNL, my friend. Mainly Gaming says, what games are on this Genesis Classics? You get 50 of them, I can tell you that. There's a ton of them, and I've read the whole list a few times, just looking on the Zon or wherever else you want to buy it from. They've got the full lists on there, but it's the additions of ones that weren't already there before. I don't believe Biohazard Battle was on the first one. We know Gunstar Heroes was not.
The 2 Toe Jam and Earl games weren't on the original.
There you go. So you won some and you lost some, because again, a little disappointed that some of the Master System games didn't make it back on there, but it's whatever. Oh, Jesus! But it's whatever, man. The Fantasy Stars are there, except for the first one.
Except for the first one.
Well, you know, but I'm trying to get through the 4th one again, so we're good there. God, before I finish the 4th one, I've started 3 playthroughs of this, trying to get through this game again after so many years, because my save battery died on my cartridge. Yeah. And before I finish it, it comes out on something else every time. It's like, oh, this will start a game on the PS4 now. Jeez. I'm playing it on an EverDrive. I'm playing it on the 360 collection. And I'm playing it, I guess, on here now. I want to start Phantasy Star 2 over again and play it through for the 48,000th time, because why the hell not? Our very own Ty Lord Stevenson did that recently and is a much better man for having had the experience.
And but the Shining Force games are on here.
Oh, that's big, yeah.
Shining in the Darkness.
Which, when I understand that Shining Resonance or whatever coming up is supposed to be in the Shining lineage.
Yeah, I believe so.
But it is not a true Shining game, from what I understand. I was talking with Daria Plays RPGs about that recently, because she's just, God, she knows her stuff. I don't know if there's another YouTuber in existence that can nail down the RPG genre like this gal is doing, while also speaking so eloquently about them. She's like a female you. But yeah, she was saying that you may not like it, not a true Shining game, and you know, to each their own, but the combat is going to be kind of wacky, and there's always a learning curve on RPG combat systems when you first get into it. It's hard to know what to expect, but that was one that is on our list for day one.
Very cool. So, won't be missing that one.
And it's Switch, and it's collector's editions, and oh my god. Stop, I can't take it anymore.
What's the collector's edition of that one looking like?
I'd have to look at it again to tell you. There's always an art book with a big boob lady on it, and whatever else, a soundtrack, but I think there's something else. They all start to blend together when there's so many, because you know you're getting a soundtrack, you know you're getting an art book. Do you want to top up? You want to? I guess you have to go back up.
Yeah, that's why Conan impressed me with that RPG PPS.
It was such a great collector's edition for one of the worst games I've ever played in my life. And we talked about a rag or redeem it, and that's going to happen. Just because I'm having fun with Conan Exiles does not make it a good game. It glitched last night and got into a sequence of combat where I couldn't hit the enemy, and the enemy couldn't hit me.
Sounds about right.
And then eventually they could hit me, and it killed me, and I lost everything I built.
Oh, it just teleports me back. Thought I'd found something
Cybernetics says
secret.
$30 for this. Solid deal to me, especially if you skipped out on the 360 PS3 collection. Absolutely,
Yeah.
dude. And you know, I've picked up that collection a few. You're gonna want to hit that thing there and make it shoot those out, but it'll shoot you if you hit from the front. I've picked up that collection a few times at flea markets and whatnot. Oh, dong along. Oh, you can crawl through. But
Oh!
you didn't, did you? And this is important to note, because now I'm losing credibility. If somebody that hates this game wants to say, dude, look at this broken shit. Now you gotta sit here for 50 seconds, which at certain points in my life would have allowed me to go get a beer or do other things. Not necessarily the end of the world, but yeah, there's an instance in which this game is a little bit broken.
Well, maybe that's a good opportunity to
Captain
pop
Retro.
out the cartridge and put another.
Yeah, not the old Conan, new Conan Exiles. Yeah, give up.
Oh, there's a give up.
There's a give up.
They did think this through.
Yeah.
Ah! All right.
Yeah, the THQ one from 2007 is a must play.
Cool. That's a cool feature. I
That
don't
is
think
kinda
the
cool.
I don't think the 360 version had that. Did we ever figure out how to get back to?
Nope. Never figured out how to get back to the menu screen. Let's see if hold the touchpad to exit. It says.
Look at that. There's a rewind.
Get out.
There's a fast forward and a rewind.
Get out of Dodge. Are y'all seeing this at home? No, I do. I do love Conan Exiles. The building is amazing. It's Minecraft in Hyboria, but the combat is horrendously broken.
To those who haven't seen it yet, coolest main screen, and
you're in a kid's room, and he has some dope stuff.
Can I get back? Yeah, there we go. Let's just take a look at this, kids. Let's take this in.
Yeah, because we only got a few minutes left, unfortunately. Running out of time for tonight. But pick one more game we could take a quick look at before we adjourn tonight. I mean, some of them like Vector Man, Ristar, they just never really did it for me.
Yeah.
I know they kind of weaseled their way into Sega history.
The Wonder Boy games.
Oh, dude, that's off the hook. And Echo the Dolphin. I understood why that was a thing. It's a
I
dolphin.
I don't think that's on here anymore.
Thank God.
Yep, they did
you
take
can
that
keep
one off.
that.
So.
I mean, who wants to play a dolphin game unless you're shooting it and making a tuna sandwich out of it?
Near and dear to my heart.
Yeah, that's kind of been the one that's been on everybody's minds, lips, and or other. So might as well take a look at Gunstar Heroes. But yeah, Wonder Boy and Monster World being on here. Oh, man. That's off the hook.
You don't see Treasure anymore.
No. Yeah, that shell feature, that is neat, man. That puts you right there in the mode. Captain says Decap Attack is fun too.
It's
and
cool.
it is. It's
Yeah.
not bad. And Comic Zone is another one that people have almost lifted to godhood. It's like, alright.
Yeah. It's a solid I eat.
I mean, yeah, it's a solid I eat. We had these games back in the day, and they didn't do it for me, so they're definitely not going to do it for me now on a collection. If I get to pick and choose what's on there, and I know that it has to be certain, you know, actual Sega stuff in those cases. But even so, those aren't even making the top 50. Definitely not Echo the Dolphin. Ristar was okay, but it's just, how many platformers can there be? You know, at a certain point, they start to get a little monotonous. But somewhere there's a person that loves Ristar, just like I love Kid Chameleon. It's like passing me a blue streak right now. And Flicky made the cut. Flicky's a dadgum cat chasing birds around, which Gen X Grown Up did a retrospective on the arcade version of that recently on their channel. Flicky as you remember it. It'll make you mad as a dadgum stepped on hornet. But does it need to be on the collection? Because, I mean, it's a port of the arcade thing that just happened in Genesis was the only one that got it. Does it really need to be part of the collection?
Probably not.
Never played Flicky back then. Never knew anyone that had it, so not on the collection. I can't give you collection status. Now, Wonder Boy Monster World, that falls under the same criteria, unfortunately. Didn't know anyone that had it, and I didn't have it back then. Until I was older and could use eBay, I didn't score a copy of that. It just wasn't that common. But I'm a huge Wonder Boy fanatic. Got all that stuff, all the collections of that stuff. Wonder Boy and Monster Land is easily in my top 10 all-time games. Monster World is every bit the caliber of it. This is 16-bit to 8-bit and its own game. But nice to see that on here. Gotta have the golden axes on here, no matter how many times. Mile High Game Hunters are here. Welcome to Mile High. Thank you, Jason, for stopping by. Always great to have you, buddy. Thank you for the support and for being in the live streams. TNL. Coming at you. This looks good, though, man. I mean, you got the borders there, but still.
You kind of have to.
How easy and convenient is it to have this on a disc that you can just leave in and probably not get tired of this for ages? And for ease of streaming, too. I bet there's a lot of people that are going to use this very collection to stream any of these games that they may not have even been equipped to have done before. You know, we use upscalers, EverDrives, and the whole 9 yards, and I've got a couple tricks up my sleeve on that, too, that are coming real soon. Thanks to good old Castlevania games, and we'll talk about that in a later stream. But it ain't easy streaming retro all the time. There's a trick to it.
Oh, no.
It's a pain in the dadgum bahonkus, buddy. And that's if it turns out right. Yeah, I mean, dadgum. Some of that stuff is, I mean, it's like a dadgum bomb. It's so touchy. If you even bump something, the whole thing might go cattywampus on you.
Cattywampus.
So yeah, there's another word of the day. The dadgum upscaler is about as persnickety as an old cat with a cactus up its ass. They're just cheaply made, you know, and there's not a... That I've heard people talk about the Frame Meister, but that's like a $400 fix for a $15 piece of garbage. Really hard to justify that. Still intrigued though. Arcades Games, old Ryan, man, he does a lot of emulation stuff on the PC and tweaking different formats of stuff, dithering and all these other fancy buzzwords that I honestly don't have any idea what they mean. But he's fascinating to watch work, man, because he's pulling every variant of graphic, you know, quality that you could pull out of something like this to enjoy it on different levels of just optimizing it or getting it back to its original state or anywhere in between. It's just absolutely fascinating. One day I can only pray to be half on the level of that technological know-how. This comes with PC knowledge. Henry, thanks for joining us, buddy. Thanks for stopping by. Great to have you. We're joined by Darren Prescott. Welcome, Darren, to the tail end of our Tuesday Night Live doubleheader. And while we're on that, any of y'all that missed the Fallen Legion stream earlier tonight, make sure you check out the recap. Dadgum, that game was killer. And a lot of you are Switch owners, and a lot of you are RPG fans, and a lot of you do not need to be without that on your shelf. And then this too. God almighty, if you didn't pick this already, and you think you may not need it, dude, it's just another collection. Why not have it? I definitely don't need it. I got Sega coming out my ass backwards in here. Man. And CM, I know you're in here. I didn't get a chance to thank you properly. I don't know if you were still in there last time for the donation, but thanks for that donation. We actually had the restream. Had some issues with restream earlier tonight. They updated and the thing crashed and moving the thing all over the thing, but it was covering up the screen there. I didn't see your notification when you donated. So thanks for the donation, buddy. That was awesome. Yeah, it's a challenge. CM, you've done some good streams. I really enjoyed, and I want to see more of your retro streams. You do a lot on the PS4, but you did something on some Wii games one night that was really awesome. One time out, you were doing like one of those Hydro Thunder boat games. That was one of your old streams that I really, really enjoyed. I'd like to see more of that from you. You do some really good work. Not that everybody here does not already know that, but why not just state the obvious? Sometimes it's fun and nice to hear it. Good old CM. You know, when I first got into this racket, you know, I was just finding out that other people did these things. CM Retro is one of the first channels that I actually got a good look at, as far as somebody that not only streams and plays games, but goes out and hunts them like me and Cat do. Just an all-around good guy. All you guys are, man. We got a great crew here. We got a great network, and I can tell you, we were just discussing that in between streams too. What a value that is in a world of people that sit there and get trolled to death with a freaking chat room full of assholes, or just in a realm where maybe just aren't getting any attention at all, and you're sitting there talking to the Nightbot wishing you had a friend. We're so fortunate to have such a great bunch of guys and gals that tune in and support what we all do. It's a fantastic thing. Well, guys, that is about all the time we have for our double-header stream tonight. For all of you that were in the last stream, and all of you that rolled through on this one, I thank you from the bottom of my heart for being here tonight. I want to thank you, Triple J, J-Town, James Jonan, for joining us.
Had a good time.
Fantastic time. More of these to come for sure. We've got all kinds of collector's editions coming out that we've got to unbox this year. It's ridiculous, all the day ones we got. A couple months I thought were lighter. They're starting to look like they're not.
Oh, they're not. There's not a light months don't exist anymore.
No. It's non-stop. That's all right. That's what we're here for. Make sure that you drop a like on this video. If you have not already done so, subscribe to the Emceemur Show! And hit that notification button so you can know when we go live with all the finest day one content, unboxings, and collector's editions for said content. You don't want to miss it. Emceemur, Triple J, signing out for tonight, and I'll see each and every one of you again